When you hear the word Gundam, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, it's a giant robot, a mobile suit, right? And it's probably holding a massive beam rifle and a glowing energy sword. That's the classic loadout. But today we're going way beyond the standard issue. We're going to dive into the exceptions, the weapons that are so unique, they tell a story all on their own. So let's get right to it. We're moving past the typical laser fights and sword duels to check out the truly unconventional stuff. I mean, we are talking about Grim Reaper, scythes, whips that can melt armor, and get this, a weapon with the hauntingly beautiful name, Moonlight Butterfly. Believe me, these aren't just tools of destruction, they're creative statements that really show off the incredible depth of the Gundam multiverse. Alright, first up, we're looking at two machines whose entire reason for being is a direct reflection of what their creators believe in. These aren't just weapons for winning a war. They're designed to fight a war in a very specific, almost philosophical way. First, we have the Gundam Deathscythe. This thing is basically built for psychological warfare. You see, its hyperjammers make it completely invisible to enemy sensors, so it can just appear out of nowhere. And what's the first thing you see? A giant mechanical Grim Reaper swinging a massive Beam Scythe. Its entire design is meant to absolutely terrify you before the fight even starts. You know, that whole idea of a weapon being a statement of purpose, well, that leads us perfectly to our next mobile suit. This quote here is from its creator, Tries Koshinata. He believed that true warriors fight face-to-face in honorable duels, not by taking potshots from a distance. And he literally built that philosophy into every inch of the Gundam Epyon. Get this, Epyon has 0 long-range weapons, none. Its arsenal is all about getting up close and personal. It's got a superheated armor-melting whip called a heat rod, and a massive beam sword that's wired directly into the suit's generator for insane power. All of this is hooked up to the Epyon system, an interface that links right to the pilot's brain, demanding split-second reflexes. By taking away any option to fight from afar, the Trais literally forces his opponents into the kind of chivalrous one-on-one duels he admired so much. Okay, so we've seen philosophy. Now let's switch gears and talk about pure, brutal pragmatism. The next couple of condoms have unique weapons, not because of some grand ideal, but because of the harsh realities of their worlds. These are tools forged by necessity, built to solve some very specific, very dangerous problems. Now, before we get to our next brawler, you gotta understand this one key piece of tech. Fives in the world of iron-blooded orphans. Mobile suits are coated in something called Nanolaminate Armor. Basically, it makes them incredibly resistant to beam weapons. So how do you fight something that can just shrug off lasers? Well, you get physical, you get brutal, they the mighty AIDS. And the perfect answer to Nanolaminate Armor is the Gundam Barbatos Mace. Now this isn't just some big club, it's a masterpiece of kinetic destruction. First, you smash the enemy with it, then you activate an internal pile driver that fires a massive spike right through their armor. It's an absolutely devastating one, 2-punch later on. They even added a Wrench Mace with, get this, chainsaw teeth. Just a savage, efficient brawling tool. The Crossbone Gundam is all about being versatile. It's not built around one single powerful gimmick. It's more like a space pirate's toolkit. It's got a Zan Buster, which is a beam pistol and a saber that you can combine into a rifle. It's got scissor anchors for grappling and snaring enemies. It can even turn its beam shield into a punching weapon called a brand marker. It's just the perfect loadout for a cunning pirate who knows you gotta fight dirty to win. So we've seen weapons born from philosophy and weapons born from necessity. But our final example, it just transcends the whole idea of a weapon. This thing was built for interstellar war with absolutely no restrictions. This isn't just a mobile suit, it is an apocalypse machine. So I have to ask you, what do you think is the single most powerful weapon in the entire Gundam multiverse? Some giant cannon, a sword that can slice the space colony in half. The real answer? It's much more elegant and infinitely more terrifying. The answer is the Moonlight Butterfly. And please don't let that beautiful name fool you. This isn't a beam or a missile. The Turn A Gundam releases a cloud of nanomachines that spreads across an entire planet, disintegrating all technology, all artificial matter, turning entire civilizations back to dust. It's not a weapon of war, it's a planetary scale reset button. And you might be asking, how is that even possible? Well, the term A is powered by an artificial black hole. Yeah, you heard that right. And its armor is covered in nanoskin, self-repairing nanomachines that can regenerate the suit over time. It's a machine that is the ultimate extreme. It has the power to make everything and the power to endlessly remake itself. So what's our big takeaway from all this? Well, these unconventional weapons, they show us that a Gundam's loadout is so much more than just a list of specs. It's a storytelling tool. It reveals the pilot's character, the creator's philosophy, and the fundamental rules of the world they live in, whether that world values honor or brutal survival, or even holds the power to end itself. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The Moonlight Butterfly can literally erase all human technology from the face of a planet. When a machine has that kind of power, is it still just a weapon? Or does it become something more? A force of nature? A mythological event in the shape of a mobile suit? It's definitely something to think about.